G'day everyone, Jackson here. Welcome back to the Daily Endeavours for the 8th of March. Just before I go through everything, as always, there'll be timestamps in the description if you want to fast forward to Endeavours or just skip stuff. So, just going to go through the Golden Vendor. It's interesting. I don't think there's anything worth buying, but we've got Baron Thirsk and we've got Malakina's Shoulders. So we'll go through that stuff. None of this stuff I think is worth anything. This is actually, Widowmaker's a decent PvP proc set. It relies on a poison though, and poison's all chance, so not the best set. But yeah, this when it came out, man, this thing was just ridiculous. The amount of damage it did. But I think this is an okay set for gank builds that like stack damage over time effects. I think it's okay, but I think there's better options. This one here, completely pointless. Stacking all your damage into destruction staff is just not good. Just prioritizing one thing of damage in particular, just because there's not enough skills to warrant how much damage you can do. Twin Sisters. The only thing interesting to me about this is this kind of can be used if you want to go like a pacifist run, because enemies will attack you and you just start doing damage to them. Obviously, it's against the idea of pacifism, right? You're killing people, but you're not attacking them, they're attacking you, and it's causing them to get themselves killed. So I like the idea of this as pacifism, but other than that, this thing doesn't know what it wants to be. Not good enough. Like 5,000 damage over 10 seconds is not a hell of a lot, so I don't think it's worth using. And then Jorga Heritage, one of those sets that relies on you being low health. I do not like any of these sets. Any of these ones that proc while you're basically the more you fail or the more you struggle, the better they are. I don't like sets that do this. I suggest just relying on yourself more and using sets that are that are just good no matter how strong or weak you are. I don't like these kind of sets. These two here are zone sets, so you can get these quite easily from zone. That's also another reason why I don't suggest any of these. These are from... This one's from a DLC dungeon. This comes from Cradle of Shadows. Oh, whoops. Hang on. Top right. Yeah, Widowmaker. So Cradle of Shadows. This is a paid DLC. So I guess this one's okay to buy, but you'd have to wait for the jewelry in that case and the other stuff, and yeah, I just don't think that's worth doing. Yeah, there's definitely better stuff anyway. Easier stuff to obtain. But yeah, Spider Colossus, this is from Fungal Grotto 1, so I would never, under any circumstances, buy this gold jewelry when you can just easily get some blue jewelry from Fungal Grotto 1 while you do Endeavours anyway, and just upgrade that to gold. If you want to use the set, I still wouldn't recommend it. Alright, so now we go through the monster sets. Baron Thirsk, this is actually one I really like. One piece adds stamina and magic recovery. For any build that basically... for any build that really wants lots of magicka and stamina sustain, this is honestly really fucking good. Having just 250 sustain of like stamina and magic recovery from just a single piece, it's crazy to me, because you can, as you can see, Magma Incarnate does the same thing for one piece. So you can stack Magma Incarnate with a one piece Baron Thirsk, a one piece of each, and you get like 250 of each. 250 stamina, 250 magicka recovery for each. It's crazy to me. It's a lot from two pieces of like random monster sets. The only thing I don't like about this is shoulders. If this was the helm, I would definitely absolutely say buy it, because I think this set is actually really good for the one piece. The two pieces it's okay, but yeah, for my builds, like my Vampirism builds, I love these sets just because they offset all the cost increases. And I also actually use this in PvP too. I use one piece Baron, one piece Magma for my PvP builds. Save your money for the Baron Thirsk helmet if you're really struggling, because you can get Magma Incarnate shoulders a lot easier, and if you buy this and end up getting the Magma Incarnate shoulders, then it just kind of makes one of these invalidates one of these, and that's not great, I think. But yeah, definitely consider Baron Thirsk. Malakina, this is from a free... It's a DLC dungeon, but it's a free DLC dungeon, and it's a shoulder piece, right? So even if you don't own any DLC, you can easily get your hands on this one just from unlocking keys through the Chief Bane coffers. This set is... I talked about this set a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, yeah, Molokina. This set is actually quite strong. What you can do is, in PvP, it's actually a really good ganking set. I think because nowadays of the addition of Balorg, I think it's outclassed by that. But it's a good set outside of Balorg, because what you can do is, if you just light attack in the air, it will actually apply Molokina. So what you can do is just do... in PvP, you could gank by casting light attack twice, just randomly before you hit someone. It would proc this, and then you'd throw out all your gank burst onto someone, and it would give you a lot more damage. It just increases the cost of your ability, so you don't want to have it up all the time. In PvE, the cost is just too much compared to some proc sets out there, which can just do more damage from their procs anyway. So not really something I would suggest in PvE. And just shoulders, again, something that's easily gained from... You don't need any DLC to get access to these shoulders. You just need to do some keys, like do some Undaunted Pledges and get some keys. And then it might be random. It might be you might buy the Imperial City shoulder coffers and just get each one curated. I would suggest either that or the random one. But yeah, again, don't really suggest getting shoulders in this case. So yeah, I don't know. I can't make up my mind with Baron Thirsk, definitely. Everything else, who cares? But yeah, Baron Thirsk, this thing is actually really good. But again, Magma Incarnate Sana is easier to get your hands on, so yeah. Alright, let's move into endeavors. So we've got 15 seal set, 1.5k gold. We've got destroying Dwarven Automata, we've got looting containers, complete a heist, and 500 award medals in Battlegrounds, and catching 12 fish. So I'm kind of happy that they're slowly reducing the amount of award medals they need for this one, because what it was before, I think it was like 2,000 when they first started doing it. It's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I still don't recommend this one, just because Battlegrounds are super unreliable, can take ages to get a Battleground, could be quite quick, and it also relies, unlike completing a Battlegrounds match, where it doesn't matter if you win or you lose, doesn't matter how you do in the match, it ends when it's over. This, you might have to do multiple if you're not very good at Battlegrounds, because the way to get medals in this game, if you're not familiar, if you go to any UI and go up here to the question mark, if you type in medals, you can get an overview of what you need to do in order to get any of these medals here. And like some of these, 400 points for champion, that is not an easy thing to get unless you're really familiar with PvP. So some of this stuff, it will probably take multiple Battlegrounds for some people to do this. So I just don't recommend it. Don't recommend this. And also don't really recommend this one either, just because these three are more chill. But I would say a heist is probably quicker than catching fish, unless you haven't gotten a heist unlocked yet. And in that case, fish is going to be way faster. Because unlocking a heist takes some time, takes an hour or two. Whereas this one will take, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes maybe. Probably less than that, I would say. But yeah, I suggest Dwarven Automata, containers, and catching fish. So I'll go through those first. But I'll also list completing heist. I'm not going to go through this one. I'm not too good with Battlegrounds. I would struggle to get this amount of medals in Battlegrounds in one go. So yeah, I wouldn't really suggest this to anybody else anyway. Mushroom. Alright, containers. What I suggest you do is come to Imperial City, so you just open up Alliance War, Campaigns, Imperial City, and just queue for one of these two. Doesn't matter which one. So, in these first rooms, every Alliance will have this. There'll be a bunch of weapon racks here. Taking anything from these weapon racks counts as looting items from containers. So just take everything you can see from these weapon racks, and then just go find another one, just do the same thing. And that'll be your first endeavor done. So, if you don't have access to Imperial City, if you're under level 10, I would say maybe just level up to level 10 first. It doesn't take too long, but I'll just go through one just in case. So I would suggest you'll have to leave Imperial City because you can't port anywhere outside of here. Just exit. Alright, so one of the quickest areas with containers to reach in the game is just southwest from Vocal Guard, the wasteland you start with. So you can just come in here, and when you're in the corner and you're not spotted by this guy here, I think the person got the same idea. Yeah, this guy here, you just got to be careful because he comes up here. So if he's over here, just walk over this side. Okay, well, I guess I am... Alright, just give me one sec. Okay, don't move. So, any of this stuff here is counted as containers, so you can steal any of this stuff here on the weapon racks. The only thing is you got to wait for these guys, so it's not the quickest way to do it once you get access to the other stuff. So I'll show you the places I suggest the most. Alright, in Belkarth, just south of the Way Shrine, you've got the Gem and Flask here. I'll link in the description the setup for getting to Belkarth for the first time, if you need to get access to this. It's very easy, it's just a little bit of a walk. 2 or 3 minutes. So just enter the Gem and Flask. Let's go upstairs. And there's this items, like this bunch of stuff here. So just go to settings, gameplay, just make sure prevent stealing the place items is turned off, and just start going through and just take all this stuff. Even if you're not stealth, you won't get a bounty. Like, there's nobody that ever comes up here. And there's stuff here, all these containers here, so you'll never run out of stuff to get here. There's also a rabbit in this corner I found out the other day, so check that one too. You've also got some barrels out here, and then if you're really struggling to find extra stuff, you've got some crates and some barrels down here too. Usually you won't get spotted here, but I don't know, it's not a guarantee. And then if you just want to steal sell all the stuff that you've stolen to a fence, there's an Outlaws Refuge right here too. So it's really good, this area. The only other area I would recommend is if you have the Necrom DLC, under the Necrom Underways. If you go through the Necrom Outlaws Refuge, go to the northern exit, you've got a ton of urns that you can just loot whenever you need them. So, yeah, you can also do that. But I still think this one in Belkarth is just better for small amounts of containers or stealing from the environment, so I will still recommend this one. Alright, so next up I'll talk about Dwarven Automata. So, unlike Beasts from the other day, this one's a little bit more of a, I would say, you got to run around a bit more to find some stuff for this. There are a lot out there, but they're all in non-instanced areas, well, most of them anyway, and it'll mean that you're just competing with other people. You might get into some places and there just might not be anything up, especially in prime time when everybody else has got the same on at the same time doing the same fucking thing. But yeah, just gonna have to deal with that. I will go through some instance areas if you just want to skip that shit, because there are a few of those. One is DLC related, one's like a tough dungeon that I highly suggest getting, like a cloak build with a Nightblade or a Vampire with stage 4. But there are ways through that. So the way I would suggest for most people... Oh, I've gone the wrong way. It's a bit of a run around through Stonefalls, but you start with this way shrine so it's easy to reach. You just go west a bit and it's Inner Sea Armature just here, just south of the Shipwrecked Strand, the world boss. So if we go this way, should be up there. So yeah, it's you'll have to run around. Like, there's a few of these like cliffs that don't end up having anything there. They're gonna run around. Eventually we get to this part here. So I'll try and give you a photo reference of what to look for. Just basically get to Shipwreck Strand here. Oh, fuck. Didn't want to do that. Just look for the big crab, and then it's just directly here. So just run up here. And this place has swarming spiders. They're like really low health, like swarm enemies that come from these like little Dwemer pipe things. I don't know how to explain it. But there'll be a couple of humanoid enemies through here that you just want to either kill or just run past, or try an invisibility so you don't interact with anyone. So there's Dwarven Spheres, which are a little bit tanky, but then you've got these things here, these Dwarven swarming spiders. So through most of this area here, you'll find some of that stuff through here as well, but I think through here and anything in here is all bandits, so they're not worth your time, because they're not actually Dwarven Automata. There are a bunch of other places I'll suggest, though, if this isn't really working, because as you can see, other people come in here and just start killing this stuff. You might get in here and nothing will be spawned, so you just might be waiting a while. So you've got Lower Bethaniel. This place has a ton of Dwarven Automata as well. If you go to Bankrai, this dungeon here, Rizek's Wheel, has a bunch of Dwemer in it. There's a bunch of other like dungeons. I would say solo delves. Aldon's I think has a bunch. Let me just double check. Let's bring up the USP for Aldon's. Oh fuck! Sorry, leave me alone. I'm researching here. Oh yeah, cool. Yep, Aldon has Dwarven stuff, so you can also use Aldon's in the Alika Desert. There's a bunch of other places. I will link in the description. I'll put in Dwarven Spider because pretty much all delves with Dwarven stuff has spiders in it. I'll make sure because there's a lot of just delves that they're in. Another good one, if you've got Hrothgar, there's two places. There's Rekindleft, has a bunch of Dwemer at the start, has a lot of weak ones. Maelstrom is also another good option. Maelstrom is an instance one, so no matter what's going on outside, you can come in here at any time ready to go. You get through the first stage. What I would suggest you do is clear the first stage, get the quest. Make sure you get the quest, because that allows you to save your progress. Clear the first stage, which is like a... you know what? I'll just do it. I'll show you. Alright. Let me go through some instance options here. So there's two I really suggest. So Darkshade Caverns 1 or 2. 1 is easy to get through, but you need to... It takes a bit longer. You have to beat the first main boss, the Overseer. Main boss is. Once you beat him, you'll get through here. This is for Darkshade 1, mind you. You come down here, there'll be a boss here. If you just skip them, there's a bunch of Dwarven Automata right here. So just kill this guy, like rush through, just don't worry about anything else in here. Just kill this guy and run through, kill the Dwarven Automata. That's one way. Now I'll show you the... Oh, fucking goddammit. Wrong skill. So there's no Dwarven Automata around here that you can use. But if you just keep coming through here, the grab this group here before they all get killed. And there's a big group of Dwarven and Karma enemies here. Just keep trying to kill stuff here and you'll get a couple of kills in Dwarven Automata. And immediately, when you kill enough, the boss will spawn. You can completely just let the boss kill you or just run away. Because the boss doesn't matter. Once you've killed... once those enemies have died, because they'll get insta-killed by the boss when they spawn. There's also some Dwarven Automata over there too, so you can use that one. But just, yeah, the boss is not relevant, because they're Kwama, they're not important. And this dude is a bloody pain in the ass to do solid, because of these ads. They do like a... I think they do an interruptible attack, or a heavy attack that you gotta block, where if you don't block it, they like, knock you out. It, like, puts you to sleep. And you just can't do anything while that's happening. If you have a lot of CP and like have a decent character, and especially if you have a companion, it's not a big deal. But yeah, otherwise it's a pain in the ass. Oh shit! I can't do Maelstrom anyway. All right, I'll be right back with this one too. If you bought that, so what you want to do is, if you haven't been here before, travel to this house here, go home tours, go browse homes, and any of these here, just go into them. It'll make you arrive here, and you just go a little bit northeast. So once you've arrived at Maelstrom, at this point you can now travel to it from a way shrine, so it's easy to get to. Now there's something important you're going to want to do if you want to do Dwarven Automata in the future. Like, this is probably the best way, I think, in the game to do Dwarven Automata. But you just have to set it up just a little bit first. Just a little bit. It only takes a few minutes. If you've got access to Maelstrom and you want to do this today, this room here... Oh, they fixed the doors. Fucking hell, it only took them 2 years. Alright, so on these counters here, there's also heaps of containers. So if you want to do your Dwarven Automata and your container one today, a really easy way to do it. Sorry, I should have pointed that out earlier. Hindsight's 2020, right? Okay, so what you want to do is... just gotta wait for this guy to ramble on. You don't want to do it yet, because you won't be able to save your progress. Alright, so... Now this guy will let you talk to him. Just accept the quest. Also, if you... probably don't do this on Vet, Just make sure your dungeon mode's on normal. Because Vet is exciting, and you can get perfected weapons, but Vet's a lot harder. Especially if you don't have a very good build. Right, so getting through this stage, it's a little bit, as I said, it's a little bit of a setup, but once you get through the stage once, at this point, you won't have to do it again. You can just leave it at the next stage, which is just Dwarven Automata. I'll show you how. So, just keep killing the enemies here. They're very weak. This is a character with no champion points. She's got Heartland Conqueror, but like everything else is just random shit. The light side? Yeah. It spawns here, on the southern side. So, the dude he spawns is super weak, but if they still have a lot of health, they'll like assimilate into him and heal him. So you don't want that. And when he puts like the blue AoE on the ground, try and get out of it if you can, because it holds you in place. Yeah, it's very easy, not a big deal. Alright, so from this point, just grab the chest as well. And then just head through. And now this is the stage that you stay on. So this is where all the Dwarven Automata are. And these Automata are super weak. Especially the sentries, the tiny sphere ones. You'll see them in a second. So you've got the spider, these things here. They have 5,000 health. They're super duper weak. That's 3. And then this second group is all you need. So once you kill these two, just what I suggest is just stay here. Maybe hit the maybe hit these things every now and then to get the bleed on you to make it a little bit quicker. Just keep running into the middle, and then you'll die. So this is helpful because if you complete the entire round, or complete all these rounds, what will happen is when you get to the next round, it won't be Dwarven Automata. It will be like Argonians and shit. So it won't be helpful for whenever this endeavor comes up. That could be good for other ones, but this is one where having an instance area for it is really good. So from this point, you can leave this place, come back, and you'll stay on that round as long as you've grabbed the quest. The quest is what controls which one you get. So if it says this, survive sets balcony, that means you're all good now. So every time you come back, that one will go up, and you'll get those 2 waves of really weak Automata, and you can kill more than that if you want, but just make sure you don't kill all 3 of the final bosses. It's 3 big Centurions, you won't miss them. Everything else, there's like, I think you'll kill like 20 Dwarven Automata, so anytime this one comes up, even if it's like 20, this one will be a great way to do it. So yeah, that's another way I suggest doing it. And again, it's instant, so it's really good for just avoiding what's going on in the outside world. Alright, so next up we've got catching fish. This one is a little bit lengthy, but very simple and very laid back. So you can just watch YouTube in the background while you do it. So usually I like to do this one because of that. So firstly, you're going to need some bait. My suggestion here is to come to this area here, Sky Shroud Burrow in Bleakrock. If you want to get here, Stonefalls, start with the wayshrine that you start off with, Davin Swatch. Just go here, find Liesel in the boat, in the docks. She will take you to Bleakrock. From here, you just go a bit northeast. Now, I would advise completing the quest here, if you can, because it'll mean all the enemies here, the skeletons, they will be docile, so they won't attack you if you walk past them. Just means getting all these torch bugs here will be easier. So this is what you're looking for, just a bunch of torch bugs. These will give you insect parts, as well as the butterfly. Oh, there's a columbine. Grab that too. So the butterflies and torch bugs can also give you alchemy ingredients. They can give you torch bug thorax, which actually are quite expensive. You can also get butterfly wings, which aren't too expensive, but you can use those for example, alchemy endeavors, like that came up the endeavor the other day. So yeah, there we go, we got one. You can hear it makes a different noise when you grab it. Yeah, there's a couple. So how much are these selling for? Still a bloody lot, 500 gold, god damn. So yeah, just go through, and you're looking for about 15, maybe 20 insect parts. And I mean, if you need more, you can just come here anyway. There's a wayshrine like right next door, so it's just really easy to get to. Alright, so this is the area I use to do all my fishing. It's near the Brothers of Strife Way Shrine. It's right next to it, this river here. So easiest way to get access to this would be to use the Ebony Flask in-room as a house via either your own or home tours. I'll link in the description as well how to set yourself up with either this or just using home tours to get access to Ebonheart. But yeah, very, very straightforward. Just takes a couple of clicks basically to get access to this area. So what you're looking for, it looks a little bit like these like splashy things here. Here's one. So this is what you're looking for. This is a fishing hole. Now there is one fishing hole you want to be just a little bit careful of. It's over here. I don't think it's here this time. There's a fishing hole near this lava. It's a foul fishing hole. Whereas all these other ones here are river. So foul fishing holes use a different bait type. Foul bait for crawlers here. Whereas everything else uses insect parts. Just keep that in mind. There is one fishing hole that'll be different. So if you're not getting fish, because that's the thing, you get a higher chance of getting fish each time you do this with the right bait. So that's why we're using river bait. So just keep in mind, maybe use that fishing hole last if you don't have any other options. So yeah, all you do is you select your bait here. You just make sure it's in the UI there. It says next to the river fishing hole. You see insect parts river bait. Just make sure it says that there, and then just press E. Start fishing. Now this is the part that takes a while. So all you gotta do is wait. As soon as you see your character do a different animation than this, you just press E to reel in. If you do it too early or too late, you won't get a fish. And if you do it too late, you'll also lose your bait, which is not great. Funny poet and I didn't know it. There you go. So just reel in. So we've got one fish. And now we just press E again. And we just continue that until the fishing hole ends, like expires. And in that case, you just go somewhere else because there's a bunch of fishing holes around here. Alright, so that's the issue that you'll have. So sometimes you get wet gunny sacks or you get other stuff that don't count as catching a fish, which is fucking annoying. But yeah, nothing you can really do about that. Even if you use the right bait types, you still have a chance of not getting fish. It's just an RNG fest. So yeah, this is why it'll take a while, but this is why it's so easy. All you do is just press E, and when your character is done fishing, like when your character gets a bite, you just press E again. That's just the pressing E simulator. That's all this is. And once this one runs out, there should be other fishing holes around here. You just gotta look around. There'll be some around here. There's another one here, as you can see. So yeah, just use this river. There's also a couple more up here, but not many. So yeah, just check this river area. There's lots of other places, but you know, this is my place. I like using it. So, and it's so close to a way shrine. Like, it's not really many places that are better than this. Another place I usually use is Craglawn, because you've got this way shrine which is right next to this lake, which also has a bunch of stuff. But this lake, these lake rivers. Oh, sorry. Let me start that again. This lake area has different bait types, and those bait are a lot more annoying to get your hands on. So I still just suggest using this. Craglawn does have the rivers here that you can use the insect bait for, so you can also use that too. Alright, so now just talk about a heist. This video is going to be a bit late because this is the only NA is the only place I've got heists, and I have to wait till 6 PM for the reset. Alright, so you need Thieves Guild for this one. There's no way around that. Either have the ESO Plus or have the Thieves Guild unlocked. I still wouldn't recommend this anyway. I'd still do the other 3 options, so yeah. But I'll still show you just in case you want to do this one. You need to complete some of the main story for Hughes Vein. You need to get to 3 out of 6. You need to get to the long game. After that, you'll get a quest. Jesus fucking... you need to get to the long game, and after that there is a extra quest that you got to do to find someone, and then they end up giving you the heist after you've done that. So let me show you the way I usually get to the heists. So you go to the Thieves Den just north of the Way Shrine, so just up here. Just travel up here, just go around here, and then the hideout's right here. And once you go through this way, as soon as you get in, basically heists are just to the left when you get in, to right here. So this is the guy you got to talk to. You get this, you get the quest here, and then you got to talk to him to start it. Now, there are lots of videos you can watch if you want to do this properly. there are extra rewards if you do want to do this correctly. If you're like me, every now and then you can just get really lucky and Rambo through it and like somehow get a perfect run. But I don't think, if you just want to do the actual heist for the Endeavor, you can completely bollocks the whole thing and still just get this done. It's no big deal. So what I prefer to do is just not give a fuck about stealth at all and just kill everything, right? So these guys are enemies anyway, so yeah, so you got a timer at the top right, and if you manage to stealthily do it, you can get extra rewards if you get back in that time. There's things here you got to get. So there's this patch of red gemstones. There's people around that will spot you, and I think in here they're all enemies. In Heists, I think most of the enemies are actually, most of the people in here are actually enemies, as opposed to Black Sacraments, where everybody's well, most people are civilians. Now this is what I mean. You're gonna have to wait for that person to go past if you don't want to get spotted, and that's just wasting time. Like, I'll just let this person fight me as well. Who gives a shit? So I'll bring them in here, kill them. They'll probably put a shield on themselves every now and then. The ones who can spot you through stealth can. But yeah, personally, I think you just waste time if you just fucking care about the enemies not seeing you. So I just doing that. Because they don't have a lot of health, they're just like regular zone enemies. This is an instance area, so in certain cases, this is a great place. Like Black Sacraments are great for killing people, because you can use it to get instanced people where you're not dealing with other people killing everybody. In Vocal Guard, for example, you'll see that a lot usually when the kill people endeavors come up. But as you can see, there's just all these things. I would just much rather collect them, just ignore these guys and just keep moving on. Obviously you got these traps too, which are a pain in the ass, but just make sure you have like a good self-heal on you. Oh, yeah, I thought so. Alright. Now I'm gonna... Wait. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. I was about to say, this guy will probably stop me from getting it. Alright, got the last one. And that's it. Oh, the mini-map's broken, apparently. Now, this is better if you got a Nightblade or a Cloak build, but just because those, there's like the sentry enemies that can see you even through stealth, they're not really super important. At least just make sure you can either be a Vampire Stage 2, so you get the Darkstalker passive to make you super quick when you're stealth, or just run through and kill everything like you normally would. Personally, I don't think it's worth it bothering anyway. Still got a blue reward, which is fine. So these rewards, they have this stuff here. They can have set items from the 2 Hughes main sets. If you want to find these, go to set items. DLC zones, I suppose, yeah. So Baraha's Curse right here. There's this one, and then you've also got Sivara's Scales. Now, Baraha's Curse used to be really good. I don't think it's that great anymore. Sivara's Scales is like a PvP or item, PvP set that I think there's like a couple of instances where it's really good, but in most cases it's just outclassed by other shit. I have seen some of this stuff when I pick it up from this heist sell for a fair bit, because I think heists, the only way to actually get these in all the armor types is through heists, whereas the normal ones, I only think they come from a certain armor type, like a heavy or medium or something, and whereas in heists you can get them here. But other than that, you get motifs which are super cheap anyway, so better off going anywhere else for that stuff. And then you also level up in the Thieves Guild skill line. Now, this stuff's probably good if you love to just do thieving all the time, but me personally, I don't find any of this stuff to be useful in any way, so I never bother with it. This is the only thing, and even then I just use that for the Thieves Troves whenever they come up as an endeavor, but yeah. Personally, I don't find any of this stuff useful, but yeah, it's mostly just making it easier to like get rid of bounties faster, making more money from selling stuff to fences. You don't really make much from selling defenses anyway. You make a lot more money, I'd say, laundering certain things and selling them on guild stores than you ever would through fences. But it's not terrible, maybe. Clemency, there's basically you get a get out of jail free card every time you get spotted by guards every once per day. So it's not if you do criminal stuff every now and then for endeavors. This one's okay, but yeah, I personally don't think it's worth it. Once per day is kind of brutal if you want to do it full time, though. Timely escape can be okay, but guards are so easy to get away from anyway, so I just don't bother. This one can be nice, but going all the way through the Thieves Guild skill line just to get 10%, the bounties aren't that important for me enough to fucking go through the whole Thieves Guild just for that. Yeah, just my 2 cents, but I'll let you guys decide on that. Alright, so if you got any other questions about any of this stuff, as always, you just let me know. That's what I'm here for. But, yeah, that's Daily's done for now. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time, and take care.